Coffee chat. Reloading coffee chat. Let's talk about the mistakes that happen when reloading. And we all have to try to catch this if you're reloading, because it could either A, if you have a progressive stage press, slow you down. B, it becomes cost effective, or you'll start wasting more money due to the fact of these minor imperfections. Now, some of these are mistakes that are easily caught. You can catch them. Some of them you have to check them. Now, either if you're running a progressive or a single stage press, this could happen. Now, as you could see, the neck of the shell is deformed from trying to deep prime. Second, when you're not checking your necks, or your annealing ain't done correctly. This happens due to the fact that you're not inspecting your brass. Now, as you could see, right there. See that? It's a crack. I was glad that this did not sway yourself in the barrel with the projectile. Other mistakes could be you're using the wrong depriming die, universal die, for your cases. Now, there's two depriming universal dies. One for rifle and another one for handgun cartridges, like 38 special, 9mm, 45 ACP. And you guys have to make sure when you order or buy or setting up your dies, you get the right die, or else it'll deform. Now, make sure your bullets are being seated properly, or else, look, gets right on the edge. If the mouth is not flared enough, your bullet right here messed up the case. And you're losing money due to the fact that, look, it's already primed, and there's no way of saving this unless you deprime it so you can get the neck. But is it worth it? Not really. Second thing is, this happened when I was reforming a brass to fit a caliber, or turning it into a 308 from, this is a 30-06. Right there. See that? 30-06 or 306. I was turning it into a 308 cartridge. Is it possible? Yes, because most of these are 30. Well, this is a 270 into a 308. Let me see if I can get that. Give me a minute. Focus. Let me see if I can get another one, guys. I don't think we're gonna be able to see this one. But that's all I'm saying is just be careful when you're reloading. Make sure all your dies are properly set and inspect brass. Key thing is to inspect your brass. Now, next issue is when they're done, finalized. Now, as you can see, I have two of them. They have powder in them, but they don't have a primer. And as you could see, the weight, I always weigh each individual brass once they're done from a progressive stage press. Is it time consuming? Yes, but you'll see why I do it. 358, 348, 366. Now, this is 358. All right. This one, 348. This one, 366. As you can see, they're all not consistent. The ones that don't have primers, 365, and they have powder. 366, consistent. This one doesn't have powder. This one has not enough powder. Could I fire this one? Possibility. I wouldn't. 366. This one has enough powder. They'll fit with those. Now, other reloading mistakes would be your die. Your casing gets stuck in the die because it strips off from the shell holder or the plate. Second thing is, see, now regardless if you use one shot or the lead lube or a paste or a wax, just be careful due to the fact that these could still get stuck if you don't clean your dies. If you clean your dies and while lubricate them, this shouldn't happen most of the time. Sometimes it happens because your dies are not set up properly, where the neck is sized smaller than what it has to be. As you can see, this, it's stuck. Could I pull it out? Yes. Would I be able to pull it out? Yes, but I'm gonna damage the case. So I keep this to remind me that an improper die that's not set up correctly would happen. Now, let's move on. Next mistake. Over roll crimping. Now, when you're trying to crimp and it's a roll crimp, you have to be careful because it'll push that cartridge down and then you'll get this. Same thing, improper die setup. Now this one was practically ready. It's just improperly die setup. Mistakes. Next thing is the primer. If you're rushing or you didn't take out the military crimp, you'll get this, where the primer doesn't want to fit in, or it's too tight because of the crimp, or the primer didn't seat properly. And this happens whether it's factory or your own ammunition that you make or you manufacture, due to the fact that sometimes the primers don't ignite. You guys have to remember, you're buying in bulk, so it's not like you're not going to get a few defected primers. When reloading, always just make sure, especially if you're using a precision press or single stage press, that, or APP press, that your dies are set up correctly, and inspect brass to save you from headaches. You don't want this obstruction when you fire the next round to blow up your gun. Annealing your brass will save you from destroying good brass. Now, I keep this to remind me of that, and I could use this for 45 ACP. Could also reuse this for 45 ACP. Now, make sure you have the proper die. Make sure you inspect your brass. Make sure you're weighing your brass and inspecting the bottom. That way you have a consistent charge, not a too low of a charge, because you don't want this to obstruct your barrel or get stuck or wedged in your barrel, and then the next round chamber is perfectly fine and boom, gone. Firearm destroyed. Reloading mistakes that could be avoided if you take your time and not rush things. Thank you folks for watching. This is 89, and I'm out.